for predicting in very high resolution local weather, Q quantum and CUDA-Q. We're going to have our first quantum day here at GTC. We're working with just about everybody in the ecosystem, either helping them research on quantum architectures, quantum algorithms, or in building a classical accelerated quantum heterogeneous architecture. And so really exciting work there. Q equivariance and Q tensor for tensor contraction, quantum chemistry. Of course, this stack is world famous. People think that there's one piece of software called CUDA, but in fact, on top of CUDA is a whole bunch of libraries that's integrated into all different parts of the ecosystem and software and infrastructure in order to make AI possible. I've got a new one here to announce today. QDSS, our sparse solvers, really important for CAE. This is one of the biggest things that has happened in the last year. Working with Cadence and Synopsys and Ansys and Dassault and all of the systems companies, we've now made possible just about every important EDA and CAE library to be accelerated. What's amazing is until recently, NVIDIA has been using general purpose computers running software super slowly to design accelerated computers for everybody else. And the reason for that is because we never had that software, that body of software optimized for CUDA until recently. And so now our entire industry is going to get supercharged as we move to accelerated computing. QDF, a data frame for structured data. We now have a drop-in acceleration for Spark and drop-in acceleration for Pandas. Incredible. And then we have Warp, a library for physics that runs in a Python library for physics for CUDA. We have a big announcement there. I will save it in just a second. This is just a sampling of the libraries that make possible accelerated computing. It's not just CUDA. We're so proud of CUDA. But if not for CUDA and the fact that we have such a large installed base, none of these libraries would be useful for any of the developers who use them. For all the developers that use them, you use it because, one, it's going to give you incredible speed up. It's going to give you incredible scale up. And two, because the install base of CUDA is now everywhere. It's in every cloud, it's in every data center, it's available from every computer company in the world, it's literally everywhere. And therefore, by using one of these libraries, your software, your amazing software can reach everyone. And so we've now reached the tipping point of accelerated computing. CUDA has made it possible. And all of you, this is what GTC is about, the ecosystem. All of you made this possible.
NVIDIA CEO Jensen Huang just came out to admit his wrongdoings and apologize to all NVIDIA holders. This was spurred after Jensen made a significant revelation about quantum computing developments that had a major impact on quantum computing stocks. What did he say? What was the apology about? And what was the aftermath? Only one way to find out. Welcome back, everyone, to Investocracy.
Well, I think that Jensen feels that the last year at this time, he had a good business. Now it's 100 times more than he thought, literally in 365 days. Again, the stock is saying, don't believe what that man says. Just ignore him. I can't do that. He's too good. He's too rigorous. I'm against the sellers who come out every single morning and I got in a moment of his aspiration, said, they've turned the greatest company we have in this country into a meme. The traders don't know what they're doing.
What does that mean?
It means that the people who are selling it right now at 11 after 9, they don't know the difference between, I don't know, a gas-powered drill and a battery-powered drill. Do you?
I don't know. I hope so.
One has more torque.
I hope so.
Just say the word torque, okay?
Torque. Torque.
I dropped the term at scale when I was with NVIDIA, and now I've switched to torque.
All right, you're using torque.
You need more torque. We need more torque, David.
Yeah, we're going to need a bigger boat. All right. But
Okay.
NVIDIA is up. NVIDIA's up. Oh, that's very
No,
nice.
it was down $1 just a few seconds ago when the Jokers, the Cowboys, look at that. The Cowboys, Dak Prescott, $250 million, whatever. I just like, David, this is an example of what I'm talking about, the clown show that exists before the market opens. NVIDIA was at 118 and 30 cents when we were slamming them down at Trader Vic's, and now it was at 116 when I got up, and now it's at 118. Tell me about what that's worth. What does the market do before at 4 a.m. that is so specially stupid?
It's not. I don't know why you focus on it. You should you start to focose on the market when it opens at 9:30.
Because I'm up at 4, and I have no one to talk to.
I know. Well, you do a good job talking to yourself.
Then Frank Collin, I talked to at 5 o'clock. I yell at the screen.
Yep, I watched Frank when I was in Singapore
everybody
last
else.
week. Yeah, because it was 5 in the afternoon there. NVIDIA's down about $800 billion in market value since its top. That obviously is larger than the market cap still of more or less Eli Lilly and Walmart. It would be its worst performing quarter since the third quarter of 2022, but it is hanging in there, at least in this session, and still up 30% for the last year, Jim.
Well, you know why? Because he's talking quantum today, and that's another ridiculous thing that everybody's excited about that's not going to be good for 3 to 5 years.
Jensen Huang walks into the GTC AI conference, dropping bombshell statements about quantum computing that turned the stock market on its head. It was like a game of stock market chess, and Huang just made a move that no one saw coming. You could almost hear the hum of servers calculating the repercussions. But before going on with the video, are you into cryptocurrency? If so, check out our second channel, Investocracy Crypto. We bring you breaking news, expert analysis, and the latest trends in the fast-moving world of digital assets. Whether you're a seasoned crypto investor or just curious about the future of finance, we've got something for you. Click the link in the description to subscribe to Investocracy Crypto now. Don't miss out and stay ahead of the game. Now, let's get back to the video.
Where NVIDIA's founder, CEO Jensen Huang, he's going to share the stage with 14 quantum CEOs. Not all of them are, CEOs of publicly traded companies, but there's going to be, it appears to be really an attempt to rebuild the relationship with the quantum computing sector. And the timing is particularly noteworthy as well. It was announced this Quantum Day just 1 week after he made those CES comments in January. And following Tuesday's announcement, in his keynote, that NVIDIA is also developing a quantum computing research center in Boston. So you can see that his tone, I guess, is more pleasant, not pleasant, but just more optimistic about the technology. And despite today's gathering, though, quantum stocks continue to trade down heading into the event and remain substantially below their previous highs. The ongoing volatility really underscores the speculative nature of investments in this emerging technology sector, which we continue to cover given that volatility, guys.
Yeah, absolutely, Christina. And good to point that out. I mean, a lot of these companies are either very early stage, very low revenue, and have massive runs on a speculative flow. What I wonder about, in the context of Jensen Huang's comments about quantum back then, and maybe he wants to kind of, unwind a little bit of that skepticism, is there any inherent technological rivalry here? In other words, if the magic hopes of what quantum computing can do come to realization relatively soon, does that somehow counter NVIDIA's business and its kind of bets that it's laid in terms of how the future is going to look?
Well, I guess it would mean that you would require less hardware, right? So if they're able to provide extremely advanced computing, in the near term, you may not need as much hardware. And it almost, you can parallel that with the DeepSeek comments, right? So the DeepSeek, a large language model that was able to be built on less advanced chips. And if quantum computing is able to find that technology so advanced, then perhaps that could be a negative. But I'm sure NVIDIA, given their array of revenue streams, they would find a way to capitalize that on the near term, or already doing so, they're just not publicly.
But all jokes aside, Huang's remarks caused quantum computing stocks to take a nosedive, with losses exceeding 40% for some companies. Despite the turbulence in quantum computing stocks, Huang emphasized the importance of re-evaluating this groundbreaking technology. His vision of quantum technology enhancing traditional computers and propelling scientific discoveries was both compelling and optimistic. But before going any further, if you made it this far into the video, thank you. These videos take a lot of effort and time to make, so if you enjoyed them, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. This goes a long way in helping us grow. That said, back to the video.
NVIDIA is one stock that rallied yesterday. NVIDIA CEO Jensen Huang says his company is set to spend hundreds of billions of dollars on chips and other electronics manufactured in America over the next 4 years. That's according to an interview Huang gave to the Financial Times. In it, he also said NVIDIA is now able to produce its most advanced systems in the U.S., partnering with Taiwan Semiconductor and Foxconn. NVIDIA coming off a day in which its CEO made a variety of headlines at the company's GTC conference in California. Huang said orders for more than 3 million flagship Blackwell chips from 4 top cloud providers actually underrepresented demand. He expanded on the demand the company is seeing later on CNBC's Mad Money.
The world's computing capex, it's on its way to $1 trillion annually by the end of the decade. So we're fairly certain of that. We're also very certain that the vast majority of that will be used for AI. And so our opportunity as a percentage of $1 trillion by the end of this decade is quite large.
Are you ready to ride the wave of the quantum computing revolution? Despite the recent market fluctuations, the potential for growth and innovation in this sector is undeniable, and Nvidia looks to capitalize on it sooner rather than later. But what do you think? Share your thoughts down below. Finally, if you would like to know what companies like Nvidia have been up to these past few days, go ahead and click on the next video on your screen. See you there.